Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Umamusume, we're going to be taking a look at Gold City, who is one of the Umas that I am strongly thinking about using as one of my aces going into the Virgo Cup now with all of the changes. And so as I start experimenting and looking at new Umas that I might be using based on the changes coming up, I thought I'd make videos on them as I go through them. Even ones that I might not use myself, but someone else may want to use as we kind of discover them a little bit. Now, one of the things I will be doing too, as I go over them here in the future, once I actually start building my aces, once we get the updates, is also showcasing some tests with them in room matches. So once I do get a built Gold City, I'll probably make a video on building her and how she's working in room matches. I'll try and actually make realistic ones to showcase the strength she has. And so Gold City is actually one that's going to be in a very unique situation for mile races specifically. And really specifically, the Hanshin race course, because of the buffs. So the first one is she does come with Hanshin race course, which right off the bat gives her stamina. And you're gonna be very healthy on stamina, because another big thing and a big reason you're gonna want to use her is the stamina skill Keen Eye that is getting buffed with all the buffs coming out here on November 11th. And that is because not only is it a stamina recovery, but it is now also which I gotta switch this to the Japanese version so you can see it. It is also now a speed debuff. So she will recover 0.055 and then debuff everybody in front of her speed, which means she can pair very well with your other Umas. Being a late surger, now that we have like the pace chasers being very strong, you still have front runners that are going to be very strong, she can be utilized to help them out. Because this is a skill that now activates if you're in the second half of the pack. During the second half of the opening leg, your stamina will recover, and the speed of the Umas ahead of you will decrease. Very, very good for your frontrunners, especially because you can slow them down and help them establish getting themselves in the first place. Or even second place now, because you have something like Smart Falcon, where her ult has been buffed, where all she has to be is in second place to activate it. And so it can be very, very useful in that aspect for the speed decrease. But what this also opens up for kind of using her as a hybrid debuffer to help out your other Umas is, as you can already see, she's going to be very, very healthy on stamina. And so you can sacrifice your stamina stat. And she is got no, she doesn't have any buff to her stamina, but what she does have is 20% to her guts and 10% to power. And so this is going to open up decks to now take advantage of the new Guts buffs, where Guts is very, very advantageous. And so what you could potentially do is bring like 2 Guts cards, bring a Wit card. Of course, you're going to want like Machikana Fukukataru to come with you. You bring that card to kind of get your Wit up. You'll be able to get right-handed very easily off of her. You're going to, you'll have that advantage of the link match, and then you'll get a little bit of speed from that. You bring like 2 Guts cards, so you can bring like Urara, who is another link match card, very good stat stick, and then maybe another one that might kind of fit, whichever one you have at this point that's kind of high up there in terms of dupes. And then you can probably get away with this with only like a single speed card, because I have seen builds where you only need a single speed card. And one of the reasons is Guts gives you speed, Wit gives you speed, and then your speed cards, of course, going to give you speed. And so if you have MLB Kitasun Black, you can bring her there. And so, and then just kind of sacrifice stamina altogether, because also Guts still counts a little bit towards your stamina. So you'll be quite healthy in this aspect, and I think it might have a strong potential to get you very, very high. I mean, of course, you still want to make sure you can max out speed. That's still priority number 1, maxing out speed. But with that 10% to power, you'll be able to get pretty close to high up there in the thousands on that. Guts, get a fairly high Guts for challenging people when you are in the active pass lane, which I'll have videos more on the mechanics with that as well. I'm still learning them myself. But when basically it'll kind of work as a speed boost, like a mini triumphant pulse when you're challenging people in the late spurt, and as well as other little areas as well. A lot of different things, but just know that it's going to help with speed. And it's by I think it's increments of 200 Guts. So if you can get to that 600 or 800 Guts, that's going to be a nice little speed boost that's going to help you push yourself over the edge potentially beating out another Uma. And heck, even if you can get it really high, maybe you can get 1,000 and really take advantage of it there. Plus, this opens up to do more wit hits as well. And everything you're hitting is going to be leading to giving you speed, so you should have an easier time getting speed up. So that's one of the big things that I'm really liking with her. When it comes to her ult, from what I can tell, I was looking at the page, because there is, her ult does change. And so we'll have to see what happens on the 11th, because it does change in the Japanese version. It is a, so right now in global, we have it as an acceleration skill when she's in the mid pack in the act of passing, I believe. Yeah, increase acceleration with wink and starting to make a move in the mid pack. On the Japanese version, it is now a speed, but I could not find it, keep it real on the patch. So this could be something that gets buffed later on. I know like Tokai Teo, the normal one, a lot of her buffs basically come out in the 2nd anniversary update, which we're basically getting the 1st anniversaries early. And I've looked through this and I could not find hers. So just like Breath of Fresh Air and Straightaway Recovery, which are not getting their buffs with this, she very well may not be getting this one as well. So that's kind of one of the negatives so far, but it still isn't the end of the world, because this could potentially, it's a 6-second acceleration, and it's in the 2nd half of the race. So this still can activate at a prime time to just be another gambling acceleration skill. You have that. You have your, on your left, gambling acceleration. You'll have another skill that's going to be quite good, like Umastan. Umastan, it's not an acceleration skill, but this is going to be like a very, very good one to put on her to help push forward, because it ignores pace down. You're also going to then have, in the newest scenario, so in Unity Cup, pretty much you're going to want to put this on all your pace chasers, late surgers, end closers, and that is going to be this one. No is stopping me, the gold version of Nimble Navigator. Very big, useful skill that's going to help you, like when you're challenging someone, or as some, I think others were saying, when you're grazing by them. Originally, the skill required you to be blocked. Now it's just basically grazing by them, and then it's going to be a nice big acceleration and speed boost to push you up. And basically with Unity Cup, it's free. Down the line, it's not going to be as easy to get. You're going to want the Yukino Bijin Wit card for that, because we're not going to be getting these other ones for a while, and they're not actually as good as this card. And so that's one of the reasons. This might be potentially, when I start talking about priority pulls, especially with the selector ticket we're getting, this may be one I tell you to hold on to that selector ticket for, if you don't get it from any pulls going into like make a new track, because this support card has been super buffed and is good enough even at 0 limit break. But for now we won't need it, because it'll be coming for free in the Unity Cup. But that is pretty much Gold City. Big buster. I mean, everybody's got big buffs, so I'm going to be talking about a lot of them. But I'm just really liking that right now. What I'm looking at with my team is I really want to try out the Silent Suzuka Great Escape. So she's just going to take off and be super strong if she can survive. But of course, with how it works, burns a crap ton of stamina. She very well could die off. And so that's why I want to have a pace chaser and a late surger to kind of be the backup to take the win if she can't hold. And she dies in the late spurt and kind of acts like a blocker, because she can block the front runners if she at least can survive up to the point where angling would go off and prevent anyone else from getting the rod. And Gold City will be really nice for that, in that she'll slow everybody else down in front of her. So my pace chaser will be able to take advantage of her debuff, as well as Silent Suzuka. Pace chaser is looking like it's going to be Taiki Shuttle, because she's got the massive buffs on herself as well. That's kind of the team that I'm looking at. And let me see, make sure I'm not missing anything else about her that's great. Oh yeah, the other thing is she does have Unyielding Spirit. Like, she's got lots of good skills on her. Keen Eye is already good. She comes with On Your Left. You've probably already experienced On Your Left in Cancer Cup with Grass Wonder, who had it by default. I think some people, actually, if you had Gold City, you could use her. She was available for Cancer Cup as well. A Gambly acceleration skill, and Unyielding Spirit, which is another really good one that's getting buffed up quite well. and she just has it by default. So overall, great Uma going into it. Most likely going to be my late Surger over Majiro Ryan. So of course you'll still need Pump Some Iron to get inherited on her, as well as some other potential ults. There's a ton of ults that are really good now. So I'm still going through all of those. But, and I'll make a guide, like I said, when I actually do a run and build her, I'll kind of showcase my parents, grandparents, support cards I'm using, and how I built her as I go through the run. We'll do that on a live stream as well. They're going to be kind of rushed, though, because, like I said, we're only going to have, like, 9 or 10 days till round 1 of Virgo Cup after this update comes out. So a lot of stuff's going to be rushed. So it's going to be a scuffed build, most likely, because I have not done any... All my pre-work has mostly been for frontrunners and a Majiro Ryan. So it'll be fun trying to get something together, but luckily she has most of what I need built in, and I should be able to make it work from there. But yeah, that's Gold City. That's the first one I thought I'd cover. We're kind of relating to this update. And yeah, if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.